Hello everybody, this is Frogman and welcome back to Engineer's Life 2. Last episode we got into a bunch of refined storage stuff, and in between episodes I've done a small amount of work, at least for the refined storage things. I could not live without at least a local wiring crafting grid or a wireless system, so I went ahead and made up those little items. Excuse me, it's not too terribly hard to make. Once you get a lot of this stuff going, it's not terribly that bad, aside from the fact that everything is colored. But of course, this is the wireless transmitter that you need, and of course we have a regular grid, which I did not want. I wanted the crafting grid. Crafting grid, of course, is made with a crafting grid and a bunch of other things. One of the things I do not care for in refined storage is the very limited range that comes with refined storage's wireless crafting, wireless grids, wireless everything, because of the fact that a basic standard, bog standard thing is 16 blocks, and the best you can do is 48 out of these. So that's not awesome, considering that the last thing we had, the regular, the simple storage network, is infinite. It's everywhere, it's all over the place, so it's kind of I don't know, it's a kind of a letdown when you get to that point. It kind of tends to make you stay within a reasonably close distance to a wireless access point. It is something we will hopefully kind of sort out here fairly shortly, because today what I want to do is I kind of want to expand on our refined storage system. So we do need to do a couple of things so that we can continue to kind of make this a little bit easier to utilize. So it's kind of time to kind of play around with things. And that means we need to kind of automate some of the basic stuff that happens with this. And the first thing that we're going to do today is essentially we're going to try to be able to automate some of the smallest parts of refined storage. And we do that with crafters, if I can get one of those things to go. So a crafter is the interface kind of thing in refined storage that allows you to either craft recipes that you need to be able to craft or interface with a machine. So they're not terribly hard to create, other than they kind of get a little bit expensive on the diamonds after a little while. We don't quite have a few yet, so let's go ahead and make a construction core, and let's make a destruction core, and let's make a machine casing, and let's make our first crafter so that we can kind of do some of the first things. Yes, we know. Lovely. I'm going to stack these things right here for right now. The ones that we're going to use to do the recipes that we need to do the recipes are going to live right here, and that's just going to save us for a little bit of time so that I don't have to screw around with the crafter manager. However, we're going to need another grid in order to be able to play with that, and that is going to be the pattern grid. It's a very similar type of thing here when we do these back and forth kinds of things, because the mods are reasonably similar between this and Applied Energistics. You have various things that are kind of the same, and then there are things that are not quite the same. So I mean, if you kind of notice, there's a lot of the same kind of stuff in everything. So we got a grid. Let's get us a pattern grid. A pattern is not too terribly hard to do. And a pattern grid should be that. All right, cool. So we'll put the pattern grid about where I usually put my pattern grid, which is usually, and I want my wire back. That stuff's kind of expensive. We haven't gotten to that point yet where we can auto-craft all of it. Pattern grid, let's put it right there so that we can access this. And as always, the first thing that I do as the first pattern that I make, and if you would please get to JEI synchronize, the first pattern I make is always a pattern. So let's see, pattern goes in, what happened? JEI synchronized, sort quantity type, can I have this? Please. What are you doing? Do I have to do this? Recipe. What is going on? Things have been a little wonky today. I don't know exactly what's going on here. Pattern. Yeah, okay. What are you doing that you're not liking? Yeah, that's the pattern I want right there. Thank you. This. That was odd. I know. Okay, cool. So give me a pattern. Maybe I have to have a pattern in the place. I don't know. It's been a long time since I played with refined storage. Give me a pattern. Thank you. And yes, we know pattern. First pattern is always to create a pattern. And then we can put that immediately in this crafter. So then I can tell it now from here. I should be able to ask for Again, patterns. So can we make 10 of them? According to that, yes, we can go ahead. And they're okay. You can speed things up. You can make things faster if you choose. But we're going to kind of go ahead and do a couple of the normal things that you do now. So then, the next obvious thing we're going to have to do is listen. Well, I should say we need what the machine casings or these things, the machine casings. What is it doing? I know. Yes, I want to craft this, please. No. Exact. I don't understand what it's doing here. Display normal. Craftables. Only craftables. Sorting quantity type, name, JEI synchronize, size medium, type items, fluids, items. I don't know what it's doing. That. Why am I having to go around backwards on these? No. We want, I think it needs to be stone. So this, thank you. And then again, we can stuff that in here. And then we can continue to kind of do some of that stuff. So right now, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go ahead and knock out everything that requires to be able to make one of those things so that we can have it auto-craft everything, and then we can move on. Alrighty, so I think we got most of this sorted out the way that I want to do it, at least at this point. So we've got a couple of things lined up in here, just not a whole lot of stuff. I'm going to kind of spread things out as we go. I don't really think it affects it too much as to whether or not one crafter does all the work or not, because this has an add-on that has a gigantic crafter that does all of the work for you. So I'm just going to kind of use it as a kind of we're just going to fill things up as we need to go. So first thing we do want to do is we need to start automating some of the external processes. So give us a couple of crafters real quick. I'm going to do 2 of these for right now. That shouldn't take very long. 1 and 2. And we're going to take these upstairs. Do I have any more cable left? Did I make a recipe for cable? No, I didn't. Let's make a real quick recipe for cable, because it's a thing you need to do, and I'm having to do this kind of backwards, so that's fine. No big deal. We'll just continue to work things the way that we're working things. Give me some more cable. Cable. Thank you. Like that much. Still doing all right? Okay, cool. Because we're going to have a hard time with some of this stuff. Some of the things that we're going to have to force this to craft are going to require to do a few interesting things. To the point that likely I'm going to be automating these things, which I haven't automated a regular basic kind of furnace using one of these kinds of, using an advanced system like this in quite a long time. So it's going to be something we're going to have to look at. But let's start working on some of this first stuff. I need to be able to automate everything up in this floor. So this is gonna this building is going to receive a lot of the automation for what is going to happen with refined storage. And the first thing I want to do right off the bat is find it first. Well, I guess it should be right somewhere here. And I fall into hole, and now I can't get out of hole because the block is short. Let me back up out of where we were. Thank you. Very good. Awesome. Where's did I lose a block? Probably. It seems like this, no matter what I do, I can always manage to lose one of those blocks. Where did the block go? It's probably outside now, isn't it? Okay, whatever. I want to grab it about right there, and I guess I should have poked the button before I did that. So you can come here, give me that back, and I will worry so much about the hole later. Let's go back upstairs, I guess, and we're going to automate the first of a couple of things that we need to get to automating on parts and pieces, and that is going to be, we're just going to go ahead and run a cable line out here this direction, so that we can start working on some of the simple stuff. So unfortunately, it's going to require me to have access to both sides of whatever we're going to be playing with. So I think what we'll do first off is we're going to work on doing the recipes that we can do with resourceful furnaces, or at least the smelting recipes that you can do with both of those things. So I did set up a crafter, and if I'm careful, I can get it to point the direction I want it to go. Thank you. Yes, excellent. So we'll start with something along that line. We're going to do that. Those will let those go to work. And the first thing we're going to do is just go ahead and toss both of those recipes right in here. And I went ahead and made some upgrades for these as well. Tier 2, and here I think the biggest issue I'm going to have is that I don't like where I'm going to have to put the power because it's on the wall, and we got to bring power all the way over here. Where do we have power at? I don't want this. Where is my thing? Where is my thing? My thing is over here. There we go. So this can go that direction. Can I get to that relay right there, maybe? I don't know. I can't see. Where is it? It's right behind the... Yeah, okay, good. You got it. Let's get a little power over there so we can kind of play with these a little bit and we can kind of sort some of this stuff out, because the whole point of this floor is to... Seriously. Seriously? How in the world did you manage to fall in that thing? Thank you. Get off the thing. Whatever. Go. Off. Go. Awesome. Thank you. Whole reason for the floor upstairs is so that we can do more work with the refined storage. That's why I haven't touched this area, because a lot of the stuff that we're going to need to be able to automate is going to come up here. And unfortunately, we're still going to have to kind of continuously play with this as far as logistics. So I may end up actually mixing the two quite a bit, because some of the stuff that we can do here is fine, but like trying to automate specific things with this is likely going to require us to actually intermix the other simple storage network with it in order to be able to make it work, because of how we have no simple, easy pipes to play with. The cork pipes are useless for this kind of application. Let's see. I don't want to use high voltage, so I think I need to go... Where's your thing? Where is your thing? Where's your thing? First off, we're going to need it to make us a couple of things. I need 2 importers. 2. Thank you. Start. Go. And I want a HV capacitor. Thank you. That'll work. And I think for right now, we'll just stick this up there out of the way so we're safe. And that'll be our transition to MV. And I should be able to do this. I'm just going to put it on the face of them for right now, because I think what we'll probably do is... Actually, I guess let's just go ahead and do it. You're right here right now. Just move them. I know you put everything in it already, but hey, let's just make this safe and pretty looking. So what we're going to do is, again, I'm going to place these down kind of like so. And then I need to do the furnaces on top of them, and then we can put the power on the back. Not that it's going to be that scary. Do I have any more relays? I do. Excellent. So we'll start with that. You can go right here. I need the insulated wire to there, insulated wire down, and then again up. And then the high voltage wire can come from that corner of the base over to this with a... Where did I do with it? Connector. What did you do with your high voltage connectors? Did I use them all up finally? I don't believe you. I don't believe I've used all of my high voltage connectors. Let's see. HV connector. Nope, they're in there for whatever reason. Okay, cool. Whatever. Let's hook you up and do that. Those should be now getting power. Beautiful. All right, so then efficiency tier 2, speed tier 2, and processing. I can actually put more than one processing in these things, so I might end up doing that eventually. But we're going to use the resourceful furnaces for fun. The reason why I want to use the resourceful furnaces is because of the fact that we can actually use them to do most of the, well, some of the smelting, a good bit of the smelting that we need to do. And also we can use them to gain a little bit of XP as we play along as well. So can I place? Can I place? Where are you? Yes. Nice. All right. The reach on that pickaxe. The reach we're getting now is ridiculous as far as how far we can go. All right, and then because of the fact that there's not the really easy way of getting things in and out of this kind of stuff, we're just going to go ahead and use importers, and I believe if I'm careful, I can do this. Yes, excellent. All right. So then we can go over there, and then I will just bring this up like that. All right, cool. So those will automate these processor recipes. And basically what we're going to do here is we're just going to toss in a thing, and hopefully that works. So give me... Where did my thing go? There's my wireless slot. Cool. Let's see what we can do here. I just want to make sure that this works. So if I grab, say, that and tell you to make 10 of them, start, you're going to craft them, and then you should... Yeah, I figured you were going to do that. Beautiful. That's wonderful. Excellent. Thank you very much. I don't know why the sides... I mean, I think all I need to do here, let me see, the input. Yeah, I mean, sides. Output, input, no. And then the output is the bottom. What is this? Pull. Enabled. That's cool. When did they do that? I'm assuming that's the back. Yes. Okay, this is the bottom. Pull, disabled, enabled. Did we get the processors made? No, we didn't. This was what I was afraid of as to whether or not I'm going to have to set all of these things up, which is one of the reasons why I haven't... we're going to blacklist those. Actually, no, let's just do this. We have all the stuff made, processors. So I need this and this. I can whitelist this, this, and that. And then it won't be able to pull those out. Why did it pull it out? I said whitelist. Go. It's still pulling them out. What are you doing? I don't know what we're doing. You should only be able to import this stuff right here. So whitelist types, basic processor. You have input set to the top is the only thing allowed, and the output set to the bottom. I may have to set this to some kind of something else because we do have a push capability, but I don't get why you're only, unless these have the same, I hope not. Yes, exact mode on. That's what I need right there. Do it. Yeah, it's pulling them out. Beautiful. That's fantastic. Thank you. Well, we need to do something else then. Interface then. Probably going to have to use something like this. Or, yeah, we're going to have to use something like that or place a chest or something next to them so that they can push into the chest and then pull out of the chest. Because if it's not going to be smart enough, thank you, industrial foregoing, or for that matter, refined storage, this is what I want you to pull out. This is exact mode on, whitelist only items that should work. Still pulled it. Are you staying on whitelist? Okay, you're on a blacklist now. Is that going to work? Nope, pulled it again. Awesome. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to set up some interface stuff now. Okay, let's see. Interfaces. That didn't take too long. Let's just have it craft a couple of those and see if we can make this work. And now I am out of that stuff again. How in the world am I out of that? I just put 2 stacks of that stuff in there. That's ridiculous. And it's so slow to craft that it's like, it's painful. That's half the reason why I wanted the bees to do a few things. Yeah, I'm back down to none of that once again. 1, 2, and 2 things of quartz. And then we'll go back upstairs and turn this on, and it will do the little bit of work that we need it to do. So quartz all the way in, iron, and I'm just going to have it do this many this time. Nah, just split them. Go ahead. That kills the power. Yes, I know. We need a couple of pieces, so we're going to have to wait on this for a minute. And craft 2 of those. 1, 2. All right, so interfaces, this is just going to act like a thing that these furnaces can just push directly into. So let's see if that doesn't work. So output, push. Give me a couple of these processors. We can try this again. Again, once in a while, once as always, learning on camera. What is going on? I don't understand what's going on here. Okay, so that works, and those get imported. All right, cool. So those should be automated. That stuff's simple to go now. All right, this is currently working over here. This is what I mean. This is going to be a royal pain in the butt to automate because of the fact that this thing those are not very easy to make work. So I think the next thing we're going to work on is I am going to go down here, and there's another specific thing we're going to set up because I don't feel like building another one of these big kilns right here in our base. So I am going to grab this for right now, and we're going to use charcoal and a couple of these kinds of things because we need to be able to automate. I know I've already got them set up down here, and I probably should just automate it right here, but I can't access them. So we're going to go ahead and grab all of this. We're going to take this upstairs along with that. Beautiful. Don't want any of those, and we're going to need another couple of crafters, or at least a crafter. And actually, no, let's not do... Yeah, we have to do a crafter. I want to try to get at least to the ability to be able to do a little bit of redstoning today because I would like to be able to get to the limiters. So let's see, we got crafters, we have a hopper will work for this, or another importer. Importer should work this time. So go ahead, craft that, start. Okay, I actually want to try something real quick just to see. Did I get a piece of sand? Give me a piece of sand. Give me a piece of sand. Thank you. I want to see if I put a piece of sand in here, if this is going to pass through. Okay. Doesn't make any sense, but okay. So that means we can stick whatever it takes to make sand in that, which I believe actually we can do the slag that we're currently using, or we could do a material stonework furnace. See, like, I think even that has been removed from the material stonework factory. I believe even the production of sand has been removed from this as well, hasn't it? Not sand, glass, excuse me, glass. Yes, so it's that's back to being one of those kinds of deals. All right, so we should be able to do a little bit of work with those. Let's go upstairs, and I'm going to build in the... Actually, let's go ahead and build in the thing that you want to build, which is going to be a... thing I'm looking forward to making at this point is the ability to be able to actually pass redstone signals at a decent distance. So where is it? From the system, from the actual, not this. I don't need this. I need refined storage. Refined storage. Where is that detector? We need to craft a detector. So can I tell it to do this, give me? No, I need that down here. Go away. So detector. This is that. And then the comparator we need to get for sure, because I'm pretty sure I don't have that recipe, which I'm pretty sure at that point, again, we don't have this recipe. So we can stick all of those in there. Now, detectors are I'm just going to go ahead and put all of that down here. Detectors are very handy because they'll let you be able to shut things on and off. They're like the limiters, or whatever the level emitters are. I think that's what they're called, actually, is a level emitter. So we can actually do a little bit of goofing with these. So I'm going to put an importer. let's put the importer down here. We're going to go ahead and put one kiln on you, and I need you to actually go ahead and make an exporter as well. Can I make an exporter, please? Can I make 2 exporters? I think we'll actually do it with 2 exporters this time, because I shouldn't need... We'll bring that along in case we need it. Give me 2 of these. So, yeah, we know. We'll do this. We'll do that. And I think I can tell you to ignore redstone signal. Beautiful. Good deal. So let me have a detector. Cool. Please tell me you had everything. Awesome. All right. And if I'm careful, I should be able to put that on top of this. I love this pickaxe. It's so good. Where is my scaffolding blocks? Do I even have any on me anymore? Probably not. I think they're all somewhere else. I need to get used to using this. Used to doing this. Used to. Let's see. Scaffolding. Thank you. Just something that I can kind of build with here while we're screwing around. I know it's kind of a waste of time to mess around with things, but hey, there we go. I need to be able to get it on top of this so it does not affect the block next to it. I don't want it to affect that, even though I know it won't matter. There. So you are going to detect glass for us, because we're going to need to keep glass in stock in order to be able to keep this functional thing happy. So let's say we'll just do 500 for right now. And emit signal when on the amount, and make a signal when above. We'll do under, I guess. Under will work fine. And then you are going to only work with a redstone signal. Type items. And you come down here. All right, so let's do the flippy of this. Turn that upside down. And then I'm hoping that this is going to work. Hello, I don't care about my gaming services, Microsoft. So this should go into there. You should start filling those up. And I am going to go ahead and do this. Give you some of that. And it does not look like it's pulling the stuff out of it. Beautiful. Awesome. So let's go put this down really quickly, and then we can kind of get on with today, I guess. Today's about over with, so at this point, let's just see. Do I have a spot to put the charcoal? No. Let us grab a storage bin. Actually, I think are the charcoal blocks, or do we have charcoal blocks? We do have charcoal blocks. Good. So that means I can put you... in... I need to actually unlock that one and fix it. Yeah, awesome, cool. So I should be able to do that, and just, well, I'll have to come back in and dump my inventory, but at least that way that can run for right now. So, all right, that's what I wanted to do, at least for right now. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more after work kind of things. As always, it seems like you end up with your inventory full of so much junk when you do this kind of stuff as you play along. But there are going to be some other functionalities. I just kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit, because some of the automations especially, and like I said, today I learned that the industrial foregoing resourceful furnaces are kind of stupid. We're going to use these because they will give us a small amount of liquid essence that we can play with later on, and it's just going to be something that we can do. But this is kind of how you're going to have to kind of do some of the smaller single blocks. You can do the exact same thing with this furnace, and we'll actually probably do that same thing with the kiln, I should say. Kiln can do some of the other things. I think we're going to need, like, kilns can do there's a lot of recipes in there, and for that matter, I guess we could get away with doing this in the kiln. We do have the fuel, we do have the fun stuff. The reason why I'm doing it is because we need to be able to do glass. So this is just kind of showing you two ways of being able to do a specific type of craft. This is a craft until we reach a certain recipe or certain amount, and this is a craft as we need it. So when we need one of these, it's going to dump this kind of stuff in here. So I will attempt to try to figure out how to do that over there for the quartz enriched iron. The reason why the quartz enriched iron is such a pain in the tail is because it is 2 and a 1, and it's going to give us this as an output. And the problem with the arc furnace is that the arc furnace has 2 inputs for those 2 things that you have to split evenly, and I want to be able to use this arc furnace for the various recipes that it can do. So it's got a lot of different other things that we can use in here as well. We're going to have to do this ingots. We're going to have to do, I mean, we don't have to do steel in here. Steel is being handled elsewhere. Any of the other alloys that we may need, plus that alloy right here, so graphite bars, things, we're going to have to do a bunch of stuff with it basically. So that means we're going to have to be able to figure out how to be able to do the input outputs that we need to do. And I mean, we can do it with these conveyor belts should we need to do it with these conveyor belts. I just don't want to do it with those conveyor belts if we don't have to. So I guess for now, guys, we got a little bit more auto crafting going on and a little bit more fun stuff. I'm going to add some more stuff up here as far as things that I'm going to automate in between episodes, as well as those plate presses downstairs. But I think for now, we can call it. I will see you guys all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.